Hello, hello. Bl'Artagnan here, bringing you the Crimson Arms. Jesus! Fuck. Okay, that's how you're gonna play it. Shit. We got some angry bears here in the Bartz Heretic Lufenia, and we're gonna go ahead and try to hunt them down using Bartz, Y'shtola, and Trey. Jesus, another... God damn. Chill, guys. What the hell? Bringing a team of Bartz, Y'shtola, and Trey, as I was saying. God damn. Just kind of getting our faces punched at this point. This is going to be a chance for me to try out my shiny new Bartz BT, along with Trey, who's very good in this stage, really just a tremendous asset, and Y'shtola, who I always have a ton of fun using Y'shtola. Actually, going to start us off here. At this point, I'm going to Brave Attack with Trey because Brio Shot's a bit scary, and I don't want to get broken by it. It doesn't do a whole lot of Brave damage, but it does enough that, as you can see there, we would have been in a rough spot if they had gotten a Brave Break for both of those hits. Luckily, aside from the HP poison taking us down, they're probably not going to be HP attacking us much after that, for the early part of the fight anyway, so we should be able to survive it. The general idea of this team is that Bartz provides the Imperil and Immunity, or Imperil and Enchant, with the Fujin Call, of course. Y'shtola provides Battery along with Bartz, and Trey provides the damage. It's going to work pretty well, although it's a little small awkward part about this team is that unlike earlier teams I used, Gladiolus or Hope or whatever, we don't have a whole lot of protection against them just punching us in the face. Basically, we hope to kind of be batteried up when they have a big attack queued up. Don't have, HP healing overflow or anything like that. Trey just barely hanging on there by the skin of his teeth. That bit of a weakness that Trey has is that he does dump Brave like crazy, which is a good thing. It's a strength, but it also kind of does put us in awkward spots at points. Go ahead and drop the dynamite. And then try and decide what to do here with that dynamite and seeing that they're almost at that threshold. Decide, thinking about it, I'm just going to HP attack. Because I don't want to turn jump, I want Bartz going next. So there we go. And that's perfect because now the dynamite's going off. They're broken, they take the full damage, that's great. That's exactly what we wanted. Holding off on using the Fujin Call at this point, because I want to do more damage later in the fight as they're a bit, once they're a bit faster and closer to, faster, tankier, and taking less damage. Figured that'll kind of make up for it. So even though the bosses are delay immune, Y'shtola actually works pretty well with these two because Bartz and Trey are both pretty slow characters. And so while they both do powerful things on their turns and not on their turns, that they actually provide great benefit when they're not acting, the fact that they can't position themselves at all times can be a bit awkward. So having Y'shtola, who, with her turn jumping, her battery, and her LD, actually provides great turn control, even if you're not delaying them, it can really help us out. And you can see here the battery just keeps kind of pumping out that off-turn damage. Trey is a monster. I'm loving it. So we got ourselves another Brio Shot coming up. Pretty nervous about that. I'm gonna save Y'shtola's LD for that. I know Y'shtola has last hand, so hopefully she shouldn't have to worry about any sort of hit from it. Gonna go ahead and Yanuki. Trey's going to get not quite broken there, and then batter himself up using his LD, so that actually worked out perfect. It's scary low there, but Y'shtola doesn't really care too much about that with her big heals. Gonna bring some interesting tech actually to deal with it. Wait, no, this isn't the one that I... sorry, I was thinking of a different run I tried to do involving Ultimecia and a Divine Summon. It didn't work so great. probably won't be seeing that shown off, but we're approaching that next threshold, and Trey's getting the shit kicked out of him. But luckily, between his LD and EX debuffs, it's not like they're going to be holding on to that Brave, so whatever, you know? Now, go ahead and push them both under the threshold, which is nice. I forgot to turn on Do Not Disturb. Go ahead, we're jumping into the Bartz burst now because, well, for one thing, we wanted the shave, so I wanted to refresh his overhead. But his burst effect lasts long enough that we should be able to take advantage of it for most of the fight. I mean, I say that knowing that we're about halfway through the video, but this is a pretty slow team that kind of, it's a bit more methodical than some of the other setups you can use with Bartz involving, like, you know, Terra, stuff like that. So that's one debuff off them. Now, we're going to get ourselves into a rough spot in a second. Rather goofily. And I don't actually see it coming. I think that I see it coming, but it turns out that I don't. So I'm going to go ahead with the Bartz Fujin LD there. Getting that enchant up. Now, here's the problem. Here's the issue. I probably should have used Y'shtola call there. But instead I attack. Y'shtola takes a big hit there. Trey brave dumps using his skill 1. And because he didn't have his LD debuff active there, don't ask me why, I think I just brain farted, he gets his ass broken, and gets the freeze effect put on him. This is a problem. Trey is now incapable of gaining Brave, through battery or through stealing, you know, through regular hits. I also, like a genius, used his AA right before that happened, as you can see, so he has no way to run down the clock internally. And being as slow as he is, Trey is effectively useless now, even more so because he just got broken and pushed back using Wild Breath. So we're in a bit of an awkward pickle here. Wanted to showcase how to survive something dumb like that happening, and the answer apparently is to just bring a good team with a synergy burst character and things like that. But we are now 60% through with 40 turns, so turn count-wise we're actually doing quite good. But I just can't get over the position we put ourselves in here by just forgetting to use Trey's LD. So we're going to go ahead and HP Silence with our Y'shtola to give ourselves some breathing room, and drop Trey's EX debuff in order to give us some bonus Brave damage. I figure the trap at this point from his LD would be kind of useless, so I don't bother using it just yet, for starting with the EX, since it'll recharge on its own. Meanwhile, Y'shtola and Bartz, the two supports on the team, are doing their damnedest to keep these guys broken and generally shaved. So I actually let A keep the Brave that he has because of the HP Silence that was on him. I knew that he wouldn't be able to act. Gonna go ahead and drop Y'shtola now to prevent that Y'shtola 2.0 to prevent that post-turn Brave gain, and then bring in the Emperor. Decided to use Emperor. I'm actually pretty darn annoyed because I brought Emperor to replace Y'shtola so that his burst effects after damage Brave gain would make Trey into a monster. So the fact that I let Trey get broken so that he couldn't gain Brave and therefore became useless ticked me the heck off, because I was really hoping to get that Trey Emperor Bartz BT synergy just, you know, flowing. So damn these bears to hell for ruining my dream of Trey pumping out absurd damage with Brave Refund. These bears are the worst, and I hate them. I don't mean that they're like impossible bosses, I just mean that morally speaking they suck, and they should be ashamed of themselves. Useless ass threshold getting cut down by Bartz, because why not? And we're going to go ahead and delay them with Y'shtola's LD so that we can get the most of our Emperor buddy, without worrying about them doing stuff on their turns. Damn these bears. It would have been so beautiful. You could have imagined it. Just like every turn, Trey dropping, you know, dumping Brave with his arrows and his traps and his cool stuff, and then getting the refront from the Emperor burst effect and from the Bartz burst effect, and I'm so mad. I'm so mad that these stupid-ass bears had to go and goddamn break Trey and freeze him and just jerks. Anyway, that being said, stupid bears that we hate notwithstanding, we're in a great spot now. Even though Trey wasn't here to pump out the damage, Bartz, Y'shtola, and Emperor have been doing some great work here. Emperor's getting all batteried up. He's dropping tons of damage with his LD. He's still quite a potent magic damage dealer. Trying to decide what to do here. And I decide to draw. I believe I have flatus, don't I? No, I stone. Oh yes, because traps. Specifically, I didn't want Emperor leaving the field before his traps went off, although they ended up dealing basically no damage anyway, so I had kind of expected a bit more, and I'm kind of disappointed by that. But Trey is still here, still completely useless. So he applies his LD debuff, which at least gives us some brave damage up. Not that the batterying monsters we're dealing with need it that badly, especially given Bartz's gravity effects. Trey's going to get wrecked here, and there's nothing we can do to stop it because he's being frozen, so he's going to dodge the first hit, which gave me some hope. And then get refrozen, so that's just that's just tremendous right there. That is exactly what we wanted to see. This fight's really showcasing Bartz's utility as a support with really incredible Brave Shave. Because normally your damage dealer would be handling all that, but Trey's so slow and normally relies on, you know, his traps. But he's so slow that we're not able to use him to shave reliably, especially since he keeps getting knocked back and delayed. So Bartz is the one who keeps doing it. Granted, Trey's still doing some okay shaving with his skill 1 and whatnot, but to say he got neutered would be an understatement here. In any case, finally bringing in the Paladin Cecil LD to seal the deal here. I'm going to go ahead and stone since I know that Bartz should be able to kill this one. And there we go. 63 turns, not bad. Clearing this despite Trey getting completely shafted in the second half of the fight. It was a bit of a, like I said, a bit of a clown fiesta. Anyway, see ya.